When rabbits plagued farming areas and were common tucker for many people, shooters often told tales of taking a shot at one, walking up to it, and finding they'd hit two. My grandfather, Roy Dowse, told us about an old farmer who used to tell a similar story about the days when kangaroos were plentiful. And given the current drought and the kangaroos eating out in homestead gardens, there might be more stories like it about today. Anyway, this old bloke was carrying a .303 rifle, and he trailed a mob of roos up into an area of Balgas or black boys. He reckoned there were about 15 or 20 in the mob. He fired at one and he saw it fall. When he walked up to it, he saw two dead roos, and that same bullet had carried on and broken the leg of another. From that day on, his mates called him 3-0, and often, when they invited him on a hunt, they'd say, "Oh, and 3-0, don't forget to bring your 3-0. And here's another tale of a bloke copping more than his fair share of luck. Grandpop Roy was on a trip with a party of duck shooters when they camped out on the rise between the two Unicup lakes. That's Little Unicup and Big Unicup, over in the Warren district. After the night's shooting between the lakes, they settled down and set about building a roaring fire to get warm. It can get pretty cold over in the Warren, especially after a few hours trudging about in water up to your waist. When the flames from the fire had reached 5 or 6 feet in height, they all moved back and squatted on the ground in that old-fashioned way. Suddenly, there was a flash through the flames, and a black duck landed alongside Sammy Rose from Busselton. Sammy sat very quiet, very calm, slowly stretched out his hand, grabbed the duck, wrung its neck, and said, "Here, add another one to my tally." I'm John Dowse, and this has been a story told to me by my grandfather, Roy Dowse.